Being a merchant who lives quite far from the market isn't an easy situation for a retired soldier. You have to wake up early in the mornings, put on whatever you find on your dresser, and with no time for breakfast, make your way through the whole city just to get to your market stall. Although after a couple of years of doing the same daily routine, you are starting to search for shortcuts. If it's not in preparing your clothes before bed or making yourself a small sandwich to eat on your way, then it's literally trying to find the fastest and shortest route to the market. The route I found was the perfect shortcut, for it was not only the shortest route to my destination, it was always completely empty. No guards nor civilians. Nobody was on that route. Nobody, except for one beggar. I never truly understood the reason why she chose to live and beg on a road that no one uses. Well, apart from me, of course. The only times I saw her were usually at dawn, since only then I used that route. While in the evenings, I would occasionally go to an inn and share a bottle of mead with a couple of old friends, and without any hurry, I would walk the dark streets of my hometown, enjoying the bright sky filled with million stars. Being a merchant, your generosity slowly drains like the sanity of a drunken fool locked up in some dungeon. And while my mornings were always times of hurry, I never had the chance to spare a coin for the poor beggar, mainly because I never brought any with me. I would see her every morning, with no exceptions, and almost every time she would ask for a small change. At first, my heart would soar upon her, but after many days, even months of hearing the same quote from her, I stopped caring. I remember there were times when I wouldn't even notice her. Then, one day, while making my way to the market, I noticed something out of the ordinary. The beggar was missing. At that time, I didn't really care. I thought to myself that she had probably went to the market to join all the other beggars, where she would definitely get more coins. But as I arrived to the market, I couldn't find her anywhere. Neither she was there the next day, nor the day after. A week passed, no sign of her. Later, a month. The beggar was nowhere to be found. Any other sane person would probably move on like nothing happened, just as she was never there in the first place. But unfortunately, not me. The missing spot at the corner of the road was driving me crazy. I was so used to see the poor beggar sitting next to that graveyard every day that it started to make me insane. Every other day when I was getting ready to leave my house, I was getting nervous just in hope to see her there again. Chills were running down my spine every time I passed the spot where she would usually sit, in her old and dirty rags, wearing a weird rope around her neck and begging for mercy. I became a madman. I even started returning home by the same road I took in the mornings, but it was all in vain, for the beggar was gone. One evening, on my way home, I decided to go to the inn and share a bottle of mead with some friends like I did in the old days. While there, I asked the innkeeper about the beggar and if he knew anything about her or about her disappearance. Never in the world I expected to hear an answer that would freeze me in place and erase all the living color from my skin. Her name was Burley. Her family was killed in a bandit raid. Her house burnt down. She was left to live in the streets. She was hanged for thievery 12 years ago.